today a beehive sort of 80s vibe twist, which you can see is why I have crimped my hair. I've got my good old crimpers out. You can pick these up in Argos for about 20 quid. You don't need to spend loads of dough on them. And they're brilliant. Even if you don't want to have a crimped look, if you've got fine hair and you need to put some texture in it to put it up, even if you only use them at the roots, they're brilliant just for a little bit of volume in the top. So I've crimped most of it because I thought you'd probably be excessively bored watching me do that. It's probably taken me about 5 minutes just to roughly go through and get some little crimping in the roots. These are nice and hot, these ones. They've got an adjustable dial like most heated appliances have now. So they go all the way up to 220. So they're nice and quick. And you haven't got to be, again, you know me, nothing is too perfect. Just get them in and get that little bit of texture, which will just help give your beehive a little bit more support. There we go, that will do nicely. Now, when you're doing your beehive, you can do them as big or as little as you like. The longer your hair, the bigger you can do it really. So I've kept my front bit in my little roll because it's still fairly short, and when I've tried to beehive it, it tends to fall out. So if you haven't seen the previous videos and you want to know how to do a little roll when you're growing out your fringe, or you just fancy one anyway, just pop over and have a look. Right, okay, there we go. Now my hair is on day 3 today. Again, not something you'd want to attempt on really clean hair. So, usual when putting hair up, want to put some texture in. A little bit of batiste, especially in roots. You can either give it a good brush through or a nice little rub in. Okay, right, real. I quite like it as it is. Feel like I'm back in the 80s. Okay, beehive. Nice and easy. Roughly 2 sections in the hair. You want a top section and a bottom section. Okay. There we go. Just make sure you've got the sides in. Real roughly feels the same. All I'm going to do is just pop that bottom section out of the way for a minute. We'll worry about that bad boy later. Right, beehive. Using my good old hair up brush. Love these for back combing. A beehive is all in the back combing. If you don't get this bit right, it's not going to stand up. So, first section. Now you've got that crimping, so you've got a really good texture there anyway. So, like we've talked about before, just nice and gently. Don't put too much stress on the hair. If you do it like this, you're not going to get loads of breakage. And that should, yeah, stand up on its own. If you wanted to, you could go through and hairspray each section as you go. And then you just literally go through and do that throughout the hair really. It's worth taking probably a little bit more care than I am with your back combing. But obviously I don't want you sitting here for half an hour watching this because you'll probably be bored out of your tiny little minds. I know I would be. Back combing the sides, as usual. If the sides are going in that direction, then you want to sort of back comb them in that direction. It'll just make your life easier when you're brushing it out. Yeah, I'm starting to look like an alien now. It's all good. Okay. Oh yeah. I feel like the cross between an alien and a Mad Max extra actually. That is well, that's a different look. Right, hairspray. Bit of support. I'm using the British hairspray today. Again, it's got a great hold, brushes out really nicely, and it's quite light, it's got a really good shine on it. And because my hair's on day 3, it's got quite a bit of texture anyway. And with the crimping, it just needs enough to support it when we back brush it out. Okay, right, that's pretty huge. Okay, so in we go. So we need to get that little beehive shape. So you're kind of just shaping it really with your brush. Have a little look. You can kind of see it's going to be that shape, just need to tidy it up. So keep gently brushing out that top back combing, making that traditional beehive shape. And you can see, as you brush it out, you don't really see a massive amount of the crimping. It's just enough to give it just that little bit of support. It depends how neat you like this as to how much you brush it out. You know me, I'm a little bit of a messy hair girl, so I quite like to see a bit of the back combing in it. But if you don't, just very gently keep going like that until it's as smooth as you want it. Right, now this is the bit I always think takes a little bit of time when you're doing it yourselves. So just to get your beehive without too much holiness in it. If you've got one of these, they're good because you can sort of lift up any flat bits and adjust, lift, adjust, and get that just so. Easiest way I find to pin one is to sort of do a bit of a twist, gather it all together. What I'm going to do is, obviously I need to sort this bit out in a minute, but I'm going to put a couple of grips in there. Okie dokie, one. Remember the rule with the grips, open them up, make sure the bottom part of your grip is actually holding on to something and the top part of the grip is holding that part of the hair down. I always think if your first 2 grips don't hold it in, then you probably haven't got them in the right place. Right. Okay, I know we've got to do some sorting out, but that feels fairly happy to me. So, once you've got those first couple of grips in, then you can tidy up the actual beehive shape. Okay. Right. Tighten that up. One either side. That should feel fairly secure there then. Brill. Right, a little beehive shape is definitely starting to come together now. Brill. Now what I'm going to do is pop my grips across where that is. Should be able to feel where you put your other grips, and I'm going to put one in one direction and one in the other, which is always good fun doing the opposite side. Okay, real. A little short layer there, trying to make his way out. Okay. Hairspray. Again, use your hand and your hairspray, smooth it over. Right. Any bits that look a little bit bumpy or wonky, you should still be able to manoeuvre them. That back combing's there as your support, and as long as you've got enough underneath, you can get in, you can lift, you can pull do everything you need to do just to get a slightly better shape. Okay, right, now, got all this, take my bobble out. And it's up to you what you want to do with this. You could, I think at this point, probably leave it down if you wanted to do a bit of a crimpy crazy look. But I quite like a little bit of a ponytail, which is again where I like the crimping in, because it makes it just look a little bit more different. The other thing I've done, which I like, is to put a ponytail in and do a few little curls in it, so it almost looks like a cheerleader beehive, quite like those. So all you need to do is pull that hair that you've left out, and you kind of can feel where your grips are, so you want to take it to that. Again, if you've got a back mirror, feel free to use it, because you can see exactly what you're doing. Pop your bobble in, give it a good pull. If you've knocked your beehive off, give it a slight adjust. And then all I'm going to do is, I should imagine that here you can see the bobble. So what we'll do is take some of this hair, which is lovely and full because I've crimped it, and whack it around the bobble. So let me show you that a little bit slower. Take a section and we're going to hide this bobble. You can do this with just a regular ponytail as well, so it's great if you've got a busy morning and you just need your hair to look glam and you've got 2 minutes flat. There you go, wrap it round, hide the bobble, and again, a couple of grips. You want to secure the hair that you've wrapped round. Grab a little bit, pop it through. If it'll go through all the back combing and everything else, there we go, it's in. And then I always do a second one underneath, just for good measure. One going down, one going up. Got an extra grip there. Right, so that's it. Right, okay. Now, I like my boofies quite messy, so with that back combing, I'm just going to go in, pull bits of it. That's better. A bit more bedheady, a bit more me. Last spritz of hairspray. A little bit of the old fabulous bedhead shine spray if you want it. And there you go. One wacky 80s twist on a beehive, I guess. Hope you enjoy.